الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Any questions anyone has? We made short sohbat before the zikr. I think it's better. People are a little bit tired. Fasting all day, subhanallah. You think this is something? There are people fasting 22 hours. We have people fasting here. They don't break their fast until 11:30 at night. Crazy ones. He broke the record of the Dergahi. That's good. We want crazy ones. We don't want normal, regular people. That means the faith is strong. This year's fasting is more tough than last year's, isn't it? Especially over here. But alhamdulillah, tough, what tough? If we compare ourselves to so many people, this is still easy. But some people, first time they're fasting, they're already showing they have some strength. So we say, Ya Rabbi, help them. Give them more strength, inshallah. So we made short sohbat before. Now, if nobody has any questions or anything you want to say, then we're going to wrap up for the night. If you don't want to wrap up, then you ask questions. If you don't want to ask questions, that means you want to wrap up. So it's okay with me. Okay. Bismillah. Have a simple life. Simple life. Simple lifestyle. Have a simple lifestyle that will leave you space to think, to understand, to feel, to be intelligent, to put two and two together. People who have simple lifestyle and they are doing all this, impossible for them to be brainwashed. Impossible. You know the benefits of fasting. Now our stomach definitely got smaller, isn't it? We cannot eat that much. And we surprise ourselves. Maybe first week, you're very weak. Second week, third week, we're going into the last stretch now. And you're finding it's not so bad. I have reserves of energy. Your body is balancing itself. Your mind starts thinking better. You start seeing things better. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, yes, eat, but don't fill up yourself. Leave some for water, leave some for air. Leave some space. That applies to our digestion, because whatever that you put in the mouth here, the stomach is going to hold either the cure or the disease. And in these days, it holds more diseases than cures, because people don't know how to eat. Islam is teaching you everything. Islam is giving you perfect guidelines so that you can be guided. He's not forcing you to. Allah, if He wants, He can force us, but He didn't. He's still giving us intelligence and free will to say, if you do this, you are going to get this. If you do this, this is the end of the road. Make your decision that time. This is what it means by representing Allah. This is what it means by a man who's able to use his intelligence. But if you have a lifestyle that is not simple, that is so full, that is so busy, that you're working 9 to 5 as a slave, you come home, you're so tired, you don't have time to even have a family moment. You just want to sit down, eating your pizza in front of the TV and go to sleep. What kind of a life is that? Then Saturday, Friday night, getting ready to go crazy, isn't it? Weekend you go crazy, and then Monday you start again. All the energy is finished. All the money that you collect is also finished. You're not winning dunya or akhirat. You're not winning this world or in the hereafter. But if you have a simple life, there's a time you start to taste more. You start to understand you will not live like an animal. So that is what Islam is offering you. Islam is saying you have to have guidelines to your life. You want to eat, of course you can eat, but within the borderlines. Eat that is going to give you a health. Don't take things that is going to give you more diseases. This body that Allah has given us, if we use it properly, it can last for a very long time. You know, if you buy that camera there, it comes with a manual, no? It says how to take care of the machine. Don't expose it to high heat, don't do this, don't do that, clean it up. What happens if you follow those guidelines? It says lifetime guarantee. It can last for a very long time. But what happens when you don't follow those guidelines? It's meant to last for a long time, but it is just going to last you only for a few years because you abuse it. That's a machine that we made. It comes with a booklet that is this thick. What about this that Allah has made to represent Him? You think it doesn't come with a booklet too? That the guidelines is showing? It must. It has. Allah has given the holy books to us, and He has sent us guides, and He has sent us prophets, and He has sent us saints, His friends, to guide us in the Siratul Mustaqim, in the straight way, so that we can use it properly. We are not going to finish ourselves before the time is up. Otherwise, we're going to lose a lot. So, in the Ramazan time, we should take this opportunity, inshallah, to be careful. What goes through here, what goes in here, what goes in here, what goes in here, everything. It's not just to stay away from food and drink. It is to become more intelligent, less animalistic. Inshallah, if we hold this properly, the blessings will continue after Ramazan. Amin Allahu Tawfiq Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay. Say, you have a question?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What can a young man do to protect his eyes when there's haram wherever he looks?
Don't look. Best protection. What you want me to say? Look, and then after that go wash your eyes? No, it's already there. His eyes, it is better than any camera. The brains is right behind the eyes. Some, they are saying the eyes is part of the brain. Whatever the eye sees, it's taking and it's storing there. Storing inside our mind. Be careful what we are looking at. Because it's still there. You know your computer? You're searching, you're looking, you are downloading. You say erase, delete history, everything. Is it still in your laptop or no? It is still there, right? Maybe you can hire a real big expert to come pay some money and he can delete everything. But there's some price there. Otherwise, it's still there. In here, in our brains, in our hearts, it's taking everything. It is still there. Cookies are still there. Everything is there. You have to pay a price for that to be deleted. It's not so easy. But sometimes it's a very high price. So, better. That's why Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, what did he say? Lower your gaze. You see something, lower it. Lower it. Don't look. Don't surround yourselves with haram. When there is haram, put some control on yourself. Step on your ego. Your ego wants to look. Don't look like they say. They say your first look, it's okay, it's for you. The second look that you give, it is for shaitan. Now, don't say you're going to take one long look like that. No, it's not the meaning. But, of course, in these days, we are living in such weird, unusual times. In Muslim societies, forget about all the haram things. You don't even see women going out uncovered. And it gives you a different peace that time. It gives you a very different peace. But if you're living in a society where everything is forbidden things are shown to you, stay away from it. Don't watch TV. That is a big shaitan box anyway. You want to talk about brainwashing? You know there's a reason why they call it programming. Programs, because it programs you. What it takes, the commercials, millions of dollars, hundreds of hours is spent making a 30-second commercial that is going to completely brainwash you in 30 seconds. You're not hungry, you watch commercial about fried chicken wings, you get hungry. You don't want to buy, you have no need to buy some perfume. You see one commercial, you say, why not? Maybe I should go and buy. Because it shows if I spray it on me, some nice girls, they're going to like me. Programming. First, you understand the intelligence. You understand, with intelligence, this is wrong and this is right. Why? Then, for you to have the strength and the power to stop from doing the wrong things, it takes more than intelligence. This is when it takes faith and it takes spiritual help. That's the time when you have to be under the guidance of a Shaykh, a friend of Allah, under the guidance of that murshid, that teacher in a community, then you'll find it easier. Those things will still be around, but it's easier to carry it. It's easier to carry it. That's why people are also not understanding. They say, oh, pictures, it is haram. So good Muslims saying, we cannot even have pictures, it is haram. But they're watching TV. What is TV? But billions and billions of moving pictures, isn't it? That's what movies mean, isn't it? Movies means moving pictures. That's why they call it movies. They can watch a movie. They have picture of their money, of their dog, of their cat, of their husband, of their wife, of themselves everywhere. But they say pictures are haram, especially don't put pictures of your Shaykh. That's why in our tariqat, we have pictures of our Shaykhs everywhere to remind us of Allah. Now, this is something that is there, that will balance, that will counter, that will erase all the wrong things, the haram things that you see. So, as you like again. This is the month that you are also going to use your intelligence and you're going to use your willpower. More support is given to the willpower to use it. You see something haram there? Lower your gaze and say, complain to Allah about your own weakness. Don't say, oh, look at these people, this is wrong. No, say, Ya Rabbi, forgive me. I'm weak. Send me some help. I cannot do this by myself. And Allah loves His servant who begs him. So, you do that, inshallah, slowly, you will get more faith and more strength to carry it. Otherwise, this is not something that we can just throw a book at you, and then you're going to read that book, and then you're going to become better. No. Now we move into areas of the willpower. Willpower has to do with the ego. Ego, you can only learn under a Shaykh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay. Last. Awateros. Eat your baklava. Except for Bayram. Bismillah. Say.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What is the relationship between tariqat and the Ottomans? Also, is not Naqshbandi zikr supposed to be silent?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The relationship, it is not a relationship. It is a union. Tariqat and the Ottomans, they don't have a relationship. They have a marriage. They have a union. Because from the founder of the Ottoman Empire, Ottoman dynasty, from the beginning to the end, it is united with Tariqat, with Sufism. It is an empire of Sufism. Sultan Osman, he married his Shaykh's daughter. His Shaykh, of course, is Ahlul Bayt. So the Ahlul Bayt line continues through the Ottoman sultans, from that until the end. And each sultan, they are a member of the Naqshbandi order. They can be murids, they can be sheikhs of other orders, but they are murid of the Naqshbandi order. Because the Naqshbandi order is the highest order, and it is an order that is training rulers, sultans, wazirs, muluks. So, like for example, Sultan Abdul Hamid Khan, Janat Makan, he is a Naqshbandi murid, but he was a Shazili Shaykh. As you know, of course, if you are in the Naqshbandi order, you are also initiated into the 40 tariqats, or the other tariqat. You belong to other tariqats also. So, from the Sultan to the porters, to the street cleaners, let's say in today's language. During the time of the Ottomans, from the Sultan to the street cleaners, everyone follows a tariqat. Everyone followed a tariqat. Everyone followed a sheikh. Everyone believes in a sheikh. Everyone believes in zikr, in tawassul, in going to the graves, in shafaat, in asking the sheikhs and the saints to believe, to pray for you. That's why it is an empire of miracles. Miracles happen from the beginning to the end of that empire. This is a very, very long subject. We can talk about this for weeks, but I'm just giving an overview of things. Those who hate, like they say on internet, haters. Those who hate, they are going to continue to hate. They have their story. It's a story. We have the reality. Our Shaykh has the reality and is showing us what that reality is. So, this is an empire that for 100 years, that for hundreds of years, the Quran Karim was continuously read. Never it was stopped reading officially. 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, continuously. This is a tariqat that looks and finds the Sayyids and the Sharifs and gives them a salary, telling them, you don't have to work. Just sit and pray for us. We will pay you. This is the tariqat that the sultans, they visit their sheikhs, and their sheikhs get advice. Weakness entered into the empire. Weakness entered into the empire because the majority of those who are ruling, their hearts changed. Instead of following Allah and His Prophet and tariqats, they started being swayed by the egoistic lifestyle that the West, they were showing them. So it started to weaken, and finally the Khilafat was removed because of the betrayal that happens. Can people betray? Of course, people betray. People who are closest, they always betray. Not that they always do, but there are people who are closest, they betray as well. The wives of the prophets betrayed. The children of the prophets betrayed. The uncles of the prophet. They are the biggest enemies, isn't it? So betrayal, it is a part of life. if it happens to all these ones, it could happen to us, is to teach us that we don't own anything. We don't even own love. We don't own these ones. They are creatures of Allah, and Allah owns us. So, that is the relationship in a nutshell. I'm putting it easy. The Naqshbandi way of zikr, it's not supposed to be silent. It is silent. But who says it is the only way of making a zikr? It is not the only way of making a zikr in the Naqshbandi order. Especially now. In the past, certain distinctions have to be made. Certain secrets were put in certain ways. There was not any mix-up with that, because everything was going according to their own way. Everyone was spinning according to their own orbit. But in the past 100, 200 years, there is a need for certain things to come up that has not been there before, to counteract against to the other forces of evil and shaitans that is coming. For example, we just finished talking about movies and TV and wrong pictures, haram, forbidden things, isn't it? And why it's more than necessary now for us to have pictures of our sheikhs around to counter that. 100 years ago, 200 years ago, there was no television. Huh? There was no television. And people say 200 years ago, the murids in the past, once they see their sheikh one time, the imprint of their sheikh is in their heart. They don't need pictures. Everywhere they open and they see, or everywhere they look, they see their sheikh. But the weakness of today's man, because there's so many other haram images that are coming, they need the pictures of their sheikh to be around. Holy ones, holy people to be around. This is the wisdom. Things have to move and to be adjusted according to what is needed. Not by everyone, not by anyone, not by a council. Those ones who are representing Allah and His Prophet, they have been given the permission. Silent zikr, that is a feature of the Naqshbandi order. We do silent zikr. We still do silent zikr. In the OSMANLI Dergahi, we do silent zikr, alhamdulillah, every night. We don't drop it. But the loud zikr, it is necessary too. Permission is given to it. Because people don't understand why certain things are happening. This open zikr, permission is given, especially now, in this age where there's so much negative influences coming. Certain things have to be more open to balance it, to counter it, to make it to become strong. They are looking down on Muslims, Naqshbandis, for wearing turbans. Most people who say that, they don't wear turbans. They don't even wear kufis. Meaning they are very comfortable wearing Christian clothes, non-Muslim clothes. They're very comfortable with that. And they're embarrassed and they're feeling paranoid because they're looking other people are carrying certain things better than them. So they start attacking, that's all. Those calling themselves religious. Because if they have intelligence, they know that this is a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. These people, they carry it. I'm not carrying it. Why I should be insulting them? I should be keeping quiet and saying astaghfirullah. But shaitan and the ego is tricking them to say, no, they're making you to feel low. They're looking down on you. We don't look down on anyone. So you must attack them. That's what it is. So people start attacking because they don't understand. Beyond that, they don't want to understand. So there's open zikr, like wearing open articles of Islamic clothing. It is important now, especially in a place like America. Yes, they give you more respect because you have more, courage. Nice word, courage. Well, you have more courage. They even give rights to the lesbians and the gays. They respect them because they don't back down. we are holding on to truth, to haq, we are backing down. Something is wrong somewhere. So, open zikr, like wearing open manifestations of Islamic clothing. Open zikr, it is to give more energy, a different kind of energy to people. People who are coming new to Islam, they know what a zikr is. We are carrying both. Every day we're making silent zikr. Once a week we're making the open zikr, loud zikr. That is also necessary now because so many other things that we're hearing from the senses that is wrong, coming from shaitan. So now we have to have things coming from the senses, from Rahman. So, wisdom has to be inside of whatever that you are doing. Not much I can say. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Last question. Say.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Who are the Hindu idols such as Krishna and Ganesh? Are they jinns or old prophets, or are they other creatures who are respited?
Maybe. I don't know. First, we must know why people start worshipping things. Why people start worshipping Allah. Then, should wonder why people start worshipping other than Allah. La ilaha illallah. There is no ilah except for Allah. Some say, no, they were prophets. Why you have to worship them? Some say they are other creatures. We shouldn't worship them. Or other ones, then we shouldn't worship. Some say these are just manifestations of Allah. You know, like different sifats of Allah. Then we say, worship Allah, don't worship a sifat. Yes, worship Allah, we worship Rahman, but we don't make Rahman to be shape and to put to cut goat in front of Rahman or to no. It's different. The whole thing is Kul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Say he is one. Kul huwa Allahu ahad. Say he is one. And he is the one that everyone is running to. He is, you cannot compare him to anything. Nothing that you can imagine, he is. That is a very important surah in the Quran, one of the shortest, explains Allah perfectly. And the Prophet is saying it is so important that Suratul Ikhlas, that it is 1/3 of the Quran. You recite that 3 times, you make 1 hatim of Quran. You make 1 complete reading of the Quran. So, that is enough for us. Inshallah Rahman, we have more ikhlas, more sincerity in these days that are coming. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me and bless you and raise the station of our Shaykh higher and higher for him to send us more help to remove all the wrong things in the nazar, to protect us inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant long life and a healthy life to our grand Shaykh and to all those who are sincerely following him. Al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Have your